Hey guys, this is Roxim087 doing another video, a Q&A video in fact, for the Tokyo Marine MP7. I've been posting this on my Facebook page and a lot of people have been asking me how to tune these. Can you tune these for me? I can't tune them for you because in Hong Kong there aren't too many aftermarket parts for these. So all the tuning that I do, it requires modification of the sear and all that stuff. I'm not an expert at doing it, but I can basically solve some of the basic problems that occur in your Tokyo Marine MP7. Now, because this is mine, I took the extra step of polishing everything and also enhancing the sear and also making sure that the nozzle won't crack. I took those precautions already because this was a second-hand MP7. But basically in this video, I'll quickly be answering one of your questions is that one of the most common problems with the Tokyo Marine MP7 is that when the bolt is out of battery, your trigger will not work. The reason why that is because if you actually look at how the internals of the MP7 work, there's a sear on this side, and there also is a second sear over here. So basically, those two sears actually have very limited movement, and there's also a very heavy spring that keeps those two sears in a very stiff position. So that's the reason why on the left side, if it doesn't go forward far enough, your trigger will never ever work because it will always hold on to your hammer and it will never let it go. So even if this side is holding on to your hammer and this side you let go of the hammer, it will still hold on. That's the reason why you can have an out of battery issue and it will jam. The other way that this can happen is that when your trigger bar pushes up against the sear, that's what actually creates this tension. This tension on your trigger is actually not because of there's a trigger spring that actuates the trigger bar. It's actually not because of that. It's also because of a spring that's sitting on the sear. And basically what happens is that when you pull it, it sometimes doesn't go forward far enough and doesn't let go of the trigger. That's the reason why when you have an MP7 out of battery, the Tokyo Marine one that is, sometimes you can suddenly do this. You can pull the trigger, nothing will happen, and then suddenly when you pull it like later on, something then it works again. That's the reason why you have that issue, or a double trigger issue. It's sort of similar to the way a high kappa and 1911 can have a double trigger. It feels like that, but it obviously doesn't occur in the same way. But basically what I did was I sanded down the front of that sear and lightened that spring, and basically that lets go of the hammer a little bit easier and allows the trigger to move a little bit freer. It's also a little bit lighter in that sense. Yeah, and for the sear work on this side, I'm going to have to crack open the MP7 some other day to show you guys, because this is a little bit tricky to do. I'll make a full video on how I do all these tuning stuff. Maybe also in a real video, just for the sake of having that information out there. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, because the MP7 has been around for a very long time. I'm pretty sure you guys are already somewhat aware of all these problems. You may be even aware of how to fix them. So anyways, let's do a quick magazine dump test, just to show you guys what are the effects basically. So it's topped off pretty much. Can you see that half? It's pushed all the way down, and there's half it's sticking out. The last BB is sticking out halfway. It's pretty much full. Same for the other one. Okay, it's pretty much full. So imagine a full magazine minus one, pretty much. I'm just going to do two magazine dump tests on single fire, okay? So, let's start. Now, let's see if you can see this on camera. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to fire away in the box. Okay, done. Oh, by the way, you guys have been asking me how do I remove the take-up on the trigger. I don't know how to do that. That's the one modification I don't know how to do, because it's very, very tricky to do so. Oh, I accidentally hit the bolt lock. Okay, whatever. That works. Okay, oh my god, my trigger finger actually gets tired doing this. Anyways. Works pretty well. I don't know if you can tell the cycling rate is a little bit faster. it's also because at the back over here, when you have that recoil spring bunches up, and then when it bunches up, it's about that long. Sorry about that. It's about that long. So what that basically means is that it limits your bolt travel movement. So the reason why you saw my MP7 bolt lock on single fire on every single round, and every single round seems to be pretty fast, is because it actually travels all the way back. No matter how no matter on where you're firing or how many rounds you have left, it will still do a full bolt travel. That's why it locks very reliably. And unlike the common misconception where this thing can wear out, this thing is actually really thick on the magazine. I'll be surprised if this worn out. Mine was worn out is because it was a secondhand MP7. So that's the reason why I had to quickly. I just basically replaced that spring inside here that actuates this, and that's about it. That's all I did really for one of my magazines. So that's it for the video. I will be doing a full review maybe. Maybe show you guys the basic tune-up. I'm pretty sure these MP7s are not too popular, even though the yen sort of dropped and these things are very cheap now. But you know, we'll see what happens. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace, guys. Happy shooting.